There's an interesting piece written by Romero. What is it? His first name is Anthony. He's the head of the ACLU. And he wrote an interesting piece saying, and recall that the ACLU wanted the Bush administration and others to be, they argued against pardoning upon the ascension to the presidency by Obama. But they also wanted some measure of accountability. Anthony Romero also fought against George Bush pardoning anybody in the CIA who was involved in torture. Romero is now calling for President Obama to pardon all of the key players in this torture regime. George Tenet for authorizing torture at the CIA's black sites overseas, Donald Rumsfeld for authorizing the use of torture at Guantanamo Bay Prison, David Addington, John Yoo, and Jay Bybee. Those are the OLC lawyers in the Department of Justice for crafting the legal cover for torture, and George Bush and Dick Cheney for overseeing it all. He's calling to pardon these people, and it's an interesting argument, as a way of not getting full accountability. That ship seems to have sailed. Certainly, President Obama seems to have no interest in doing so. But as a way of formally acknowledging, or having our government formally acknowledge, that these people broke the law. So at the very least, what you get is a recognition of where the law is on this, as opposed to this sort of de facto pardon, which is really not even a de facto pardon. In my estimation, it is a de facto nullification of the law. Because you're basically saying, by not having to issue a pardon, you're saying they didn't do anything wrong. It's an interesting argument.